So you've seen what the Castrol Chicken Run is all about. And in 2009, we tagged along for the ride.
But we didn't want to do it in just any old car now, did we?
We didn't. We wanted our very own personal superhero that we could make a spectacle of ourselves in, or at least Marius could make a spectacle of himself in.
So I don't need a car to do that. But seriously, we wanted to make even Clark Kent very proud.
It also gave us the opportunity to do something a little bit different with a car that's been drilled and drooled over by all the media and everybody else since it arrived in the country last year.
There it is, the Nissan GTR. And the reason why we've decided to film on this particular leg of the Castrol Chicken Run is because everybody raved about this car around the Nürburgring. And the roads that you find at Kaapse also have 73 bends. It's also roughly about 20 kilometers, which is the exact spec of the track.
And you also think you're a race driver? Now, if you know anything about cars, you'll know everything there is to know about Nissan's GTR. You'll have made up your mind about its styling, so I'm not going to tell you what I think of its beautifully ugly exterior. Whoops. Anyway, you will know that it's the latest incarnation of a heritage that goes right back to 1957, when the very first Skyline was built. Even though that didn't carry the GTR badge, it started a thing that couldn't be stopped. One that's resulted in a big fat argument with Porsche after claiming a lap time of 7 minutes and 29 seconds around the famed Nürburgring. No, you'll know all about that. But the GTR is not something to be read about. It's something to be experienced. We took Marius away from the madness for a day to film on the beautiful, quiet roads of Mpumalanga. We'll show you the good stuff later. First, I just wanted to get a bit better acquainted with the beast. So, this all looks like Japanese. Oh wait, it is Japanese to me. Konnichiwa. Have you worked out what all the buttons do?
I've been trying to find anybody who speaks Japanese to translate all of it. Obviously this is one of the first ones that came in, so it's a full import. Got no idea. Apparently there's sat navigation on here, but look, I'd probably find my way lost in Tokyo. But maybe that is what is so cool, is that I haven't really bothered with all the crazy stuff and sat nav and radio and everything else. I've just really got to terms with driving the car.
Okay, what are all these dials?
Okay, now
this is fun. This was developed by the Gran Turismo guys, right?
That's exactly it. So what is so cool, I mean, look, it's games for sure, and gadgets and things, and it's probably what is going to sell guys on this car as well, because they want to see how many G-force they get. So I can go to various settings here. I can see exactly what my water temperature, oil temperature, all the gauges you need. Then the fun stuff is when you start getting to these, I can get acceleration. I can see my G-forces like an F1 car.
Okay.
I can put my cornering and see how many G's I'm pushing through corners, through brakes. You can even time your 0 to 100. It's quite nice on the steering column because your heads-up display can hit start, stop, and you can time yourself. So everything you need is right there. You don't even see it when you're driving though. You're so busy focused.
Exactly. You've got to concentrate on the drive.
Got to concentrate on the drive. But what is cool, I mean, as soon as you've gone through a bend, you look and you go, okay, wow, I did 1 G. And you keep trying to push yourself to go even further and further. And I mean, we've taken up to 1.3 Gs through the bends we've been driving today,
okay,
which is insane. The build integrity of this car, I mean, it's obviously been built from the ground up.
Yeah.
They've designed every little element of it. And
the engines are hand-built.
Engines hand-built. They're 8 engine builders.
It's a beautiful looking engine as well, isn't it? It's like snug.
It's incredible. It's only on 3.8.
Yeah.
V6, which is different. And also, I mean, I've discovered that they're not using direct injection like a lot of people are doing, but going with a injection system as well.
Yeah.
But it's just, maybe that is what also makes it so cool, is that you don't know what you're getting in your engine really, because they're never going to be the same. It's not a factory produced engine. So, you know,
Each
they're
car's gonna
saying,
be different.
they're saying 357 kilowatts, but apparently on dynos are getting them up to 375. So that's just absolutely insane. Driving position is super comfortable. I know a couple of guys whinged about the toggle on the electric seats, but once you get the hang of it, you can find an optimal driving position.
Yeah.
Nice little steering wheel as well, that you can obviously pull it, you can extend it, or you could raise it up and down, so you really do get yourself into a comfortable spot.
But it really does look quite rough. It's got a very kind of old feel to the interior, even though it's brand new, and it is nice. It's got that roughness to it.
But that's what you want. I mean, this for me feels like the closest thing you're going to get to a racing car. I mean, remember when we left the dealership, you're going, wow, what all those clunking noises.
Yeah.
And that for me is the mechanical nature of the beast.
Yeah.
Because you literally feel like you can actually feel every component working. You can feel the traction biting on every single tire in the all-wheel drive system. It's Japanese. They're saying this is a supercar without supercar limitations. So you've got a fantastic boot actually, and cruising on the open road, it's actually very comfortable. A bit jarry around town, even putting it into comfort mode.
Does it make much difference, comfort?
No, I'll be honest. But it has been cool to actually be able to drive at 120 on long open roads and finally be able to see some decent fuel consumption, because when we're gunning it, we're doing 3.5 kilometers per litre.
Okay, what does that work out the other way around?
Jeez, I mean, that must be 25. I was never good at maths. But on the open road, we're actually doing quite well. Nissan will be proud. I've got, on a 60-litre tank, I've got about 420 k's. Well, the contestants are eagerly waiting their turn, and I'm going to systematically knock them off one by one. And I don't think they'll be the same afterwards, because this thing is just, wow, I think their little feathers are going to go.
It's a hot car.
No.
My feathers are going.
I thought you plucked yours.
So while the contestants carried on a sane pace in their convoy, it was of course impossible for Marius to stick with them. He had to entertain our two Ignition viewers, who won the competition we ran for a ride in the GTR, and he also came across some other passionate petrol heads en route.
So it's day one of the Castrol Chicken Run, and we stopped in a place I've never been to before, Bethlehem. And as I pulled in, I saw the hottest car on this entire tour. Yeah, we got the GTR, but this Mustang kicks ass. Explain this to me. I mean, this is not just a toy, this is something that you are so passionate about.
Yeah, it was my late wife's. It's got a stroke 347 Edelbrock heads. It's got Keith Black pistons, Carrillo rods, Levite rings. It's got a Tremec clutch, Borg Warner 5-speed box. I've got 73mm stainless steel pipe running on it. It's just a little something to keep up with the kids. It's got 500 horses on the flywheel, 330 on the back wheels. Accidentally did a little burnout here.
We did see that. I mean, that for me, the car sounds amazing. It really does. I mean, it's a real traditional American muscle car.
It's a muscle car, no excuses. The number plate says Ass Kicker FS, and it's not meant to be subtle, it's not meant to be quiet, and I built it loud so that you can hear it.
Talk to me about your gear shift, because that is the most original South African thing I've ever seen on a car.
It's a decommissioned 38 Special that I was supposed to have it destroyed, but they told me I can make it an ornament. So instead of putting it in a safe, I put it on the Mustang. So I just cut thread in the barrel. I've got a permit for it. Now it's the permanent shifter for it.
Is this something that you would ever sell?
I don't think so, no. My executor of my estate can sell it, or my creditors, but I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it.
Roelof, you are winner on the Ignition GT as part of the Castrol Chicken Run. The whole idea was for you to go from Bloem to Durban in this little bird over here.
This fantastic car. I can't even, words aren't enough to explain to you how I feel about this car. It's a feeling you get deep inside here, I think. It's absolutely amazing. You can't comprehend the power of the car. I mean, the sheer acceleration of the car is mind-blowing. Really, the grip, pushes you back into your seat. I mean,
Is it what you expected or more? Or
it's more. It's 10 million times more than I expected.
And of course, we did stick to the speed limit the whole time.
Obviously, we stick to the speed limit all the time. 80 zones we did 70, 120 zones we did 110.
What did you think of the top end we achieved?
125 wasn't as much as I thought we would achieve, but.
Now, unfortunately, we can't bring you the interview with John Bibby, our second winner, because the sound of the party going on in the background was just so darn loud. Needless to say, he had a blast, which was what I was about to do with Marius in the GTR, and I felt pretty much like the contestants did before they went abseiling.
I'm excited, a little bit scared, but excited.
A little bit of fear, but a little bit of adrenaline.
A bit scared, but yeah, I think we'll do it. It's gonna be nice.
I'm going to sing one of my favorite songs to keep me in my happy place and I don't think about it too much.
Just one thing to remember.
Superheroes don't die.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to see it?
Gently now.
I don't know if we can do it gently.
Let's give it a bash.
Okay, I'm gonna put it into manual. The nice thing with the manual is it stays permanently in manual until it's a rev limit, so I have to do the changing myself.
Okay.
So let's start getting it warmed up.
Okay, that's enough. Slow down. No, stop.
This is the one that we really like. No, if you track the G monitor on here,
Honestly, I'm being serious.
it doesn't let go.
Honestly,
And we're staying
please
within
stop.
all the lines.
I
What
don't
do you think?
enjoy that at all.
So have a
It's
look,
not nice.
have a look at the reading. We've just clocked 1.3 Gs for all of about 8 seconds. Is that sticky treacle grippy thing you're talking about?
It's not cool.
Are you unhappy?
Maybe it's cool with Mr. Suzuki, and you're a good driver, but that's not cool.
You know what is
Sorry, car. I'm sure that you are a very nice car.
We're not going to do it up the hill.
No, we're not. We're
Really
really not.
not?
Really not.
Okay.
Please, I'm being
You know
serious.
what I do want to just say is that for me, forget all the facts and figures about the GDR. Because everybody's looking 0 to 100 and going 3.9 seconds. They're looking at the kilowatts. For me, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's literally getting into that car and actually feeling what it can do. You can't explain that on paper. You can't write that down and hope that people understand it. I mean, you've got a taste for it.
I don't
And
think it's a car for passengers. I think if you're behind that wheel, you can feel what's
Yeah.
happening. I mean, I'm not afraid of speed,
Yeah.
but in the passenger seat, it just does not feel nice because I'm not confident
Of
with
course.
the way that the car
Yeah.
it just jumps so much.
And then it
Bum,
just-
comes out,
It
but
bi-
it sticks.
it
It's like
bites you.
sticky like that.
sticky like that. It bites you, eh? It seriously does. But how amazing is the level of grip through those bends?
It is amazing.
You actually think there's no way this car can hold on it.
Exactly.
And the scary thing is it's actually saying to you, is that it? Is that it? Do more, do
No,
more.
but do not think that that's dangerous. In
No,
terms
but-
of the people who are buying this car, they're buying it to push it, but does it come with an advanced driving course?
No, but I think what you'll find will happen is that when I got into the car, for me, I said to you, I found it quite intimidating
Yeah.
initially because of what it does through corners, that you expect it to run wide a little bit, you think it's going to give it, and it actually doesn't give it, bites back. So it's taken me a while to get the feeling of it. I promise you, once you start getting the hang of what this car can do, it is insane. This is not nimble in any way if you look at it on paper. It's like 4.4 meters long, weighs 1.7 tons. It's not meant to be a little ballerina on tippy toes through corners, and it does all of that. You can throw it from left to right, and hey man, the thing just plants. And for me, the handling, the feel of the steering wheel is also what is so supreme, because it really does give you all the information you need as a driver.
And after my drive with Marius, I was feeling pretty similar to the contestants after their abseiling.
At this stage, I want a Jägermeister.
Almost laid an egg on my way down.
We told you can fly, eh?
Life's a box of chocolates.
Do you think this is a supercar?
Well, it goes back to that discussion, doesn't it, about what is a supercar? I think it's an amazing car for the price.
1.1 million.
Yeah.
You just can't even argue, and that's maybe the only facts and figures you should rave about.
Yeah.
It's just how much car you get.
Yeah.
The only negative is the service. Only
Yeah.
2 dealers.
Sure.
But I think knowing Nissan and how they've hyped this thing up, the guys that buy it will actually be bragging about the fact that I can't take my car to any old dealership. It's got to go to one of two, and they're all Gauteng based.
So, are you in love? Do you want one? Are you taking it home?
It's crap.
What?
It's crap. GTR for rubbish. It's the worst job you've ever given me, to drive 3,000 k's in this. I'd rather be in a Cherry J1.